What up? It's Oreo came in. We back in this bit, another video. I literally just did this shit and it didn't record for whatever reason. But I'ma just give y'all some gauntlet gameplay for y'all. See, y'all can already see I was playing the shit. But I just wanted to give my AFC playoff predictions. That's what this video is discussing. And the main thing I wanted to talk about really in this video was Jacksonville. Do y'all think Jacksonville has a legitimate shot this year, man? In terms of not just we're not gonna discuss winning the Super Bowl, but do y'all think that Jacksonville could actually make the Super Bowl this year, man? And I wanted to talk about this because I'm from Jacksonville, right? I live in Jacksonville, now and everything. And the thing with Jaguar fans, bro, is, and this is why I respect them, is because they ain't like these Niner gang niggas. They not these, we them boys as, cowboy fans. In terms of they not delusional, man. Jacksonville, these past 10 years, when Jacksonville was just complete ass, bro, they took the L. You know what I mean? They knew we trash. You know what I mean? They understood. And I understand now that if when your team has been shit for so long, that once they start winning, you gotta talk your shit and all that. I understand it, but I was low key getting sick of it, bro. But it is whatever, right? So I want to talk to y'all y'all niggas think Jacksonville got a shot, bro? Because this is my thing, right? Initial, just off the top, I think Jacksonville beats Buffalo. I don't really think I'm not gonna say should have no troubles against Buffalo, because the thing with Jacksonville and Buffalo both is that it really depends on which team shows up, because you got the Buffalo who plays like Buffalo, as in just trash, and then you have that early beginning of the season Buffalo that can pop up, that'll get 4, 5, 6, 7 games in a row. You know what I mean? So it all depends with Buffalo, which team shows up, and it's the same thing with Jacksonville. If we get the Jacksonville of the first 4 weeks and the last 2 weeks, then Buffalo shouldn't have a problem, right? If they play that mid-season Jacksonville, who was looking like they could beat almost anybody, going niggas were streaking and shit, then Jacksonville has, I think, really good chances just throughout the entire playoff series. Like I said, it just all depends on which Jacksonville decides to come through. But just all in all, I think Jacksonville should handle Buffalo. They should get the win there. And I got Kansas City to beat Tennessee in the opener. I don't really think that Tennessee has a chance to beat Kansas City, because Kansas City is getting back into their little mode as well. Kansas City is, starting to kind of play like how they were the first 6 weeks of the season. But if Jacksonville, takes the dub, right, and go in and they, play Pittsburgh, do y'all think Jacksonville can take it, right? All in all, I do think, like I said, I got Jacksonville winning the divisional round, or the wild card round in the playoffs, but they playing Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, in the cold. Do y'all think that they could win against Pittsburgh again? Because I've been saying this, because I've been hearing these Jaguar fans talk mad reckless, bro. Mad reckless. Talking about oh, we beat Pittsburgh once, we'll beat them again, and all this other shit. Well, listen, Pittsburgh is not the same team that they were when they played and blew out Pittsburgh in week 2 or week 3 or whenever it was. They just aren't they aren't the same team. They're a lot better with or without Antonio Brown. And it's I don't see them beating Pittsburgh again. I really don't. But Jacksonville, with that defense they can definitely rely on. Y'all really do y'all see them coming through? And the reason I know a lot of y'all probably gonna hit this shit and be like, man, Jacksonville don't like they don't stand a chance. I understand, but you gotta realize, like I said, I'm from and like I live in Jacksonville, and so I hear this shit all the time. A nigga was in church literally like last week. A nigga came up to me. He said, "Listen, this might sound crazy, but Jacksonville going to the Super Bowl. I got them winning." And this is what this is coming from a Jaguar fan, and this is what he said. This is how he said shit was gonna go down. They play Pittsburgh, right? It more so pretty much just to beat them once, beat them again, right? But he said if Jacksonville goes in and beats Pittsburgh the second time, right? They play in New England. That defense will, get to Brady. Brady is shit when, getting hit and everything. Brady can't take getting hit. Jacksonville gonna get up, put a whooping on his ass, and that's how they gonna win, because the defense will stop Brady, and as long as the run game is there, then Jacksonville should be straight. This is coming from a Jaguar fan, right? So like, what do y'all think about that shit, bro? Because while I see where you're coming, because yes, like if Jacksonville's defense shows up how they have between weeks like 6 and 14, they could put an ass whooping on Brady, because like, trusting the Patriots old line to protect Brady, that's a task, my nigga. Like that's not something that they rolling with like that. So I get that, but dang, like the one thing that Brady is like especially good at is exploiting and just picking apart a young secondary. Brady will master manipulate the shit out of a young secondary, a young, defense. You think that if you got Gronk covered, then that's it. Brady hit you up with some no-name nigga you never heard of on the squad, and that nigga will look like a Pro Bowler. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's that simple. And like I said, it also depends on which Jacksonville shows up and which Jacksonville defense shows up. I don't know if niggas been watching, but the last 2 weeks, man, Jacksonville ain't been playing their defense like that. The Jacksonville ain't been, on that defense shit like they have been. So it all depends. And I tend to actually give Jacksonville a pass for these last 2 weeks, because I look at it as they didn't have to play. The last 2 weeks, they didn't really, like, they secured their playoff spot. They don't even have to play. You know what I mean? So that's what I tend to actually give Jacksonville a bit of a pass for these last 2 weeks of defense. But at the same time, they did not look good. They looked like the Jacksonville the 10 years prior. But still, I don't know, bro. Because like I said, 3 weeks ago, I would have been like flexing on Facebook and shit. Like, man, Jacksonville ain't. Y'all just believe in the hype, but then low-key, as soon as a nigga hop off of Facebook, I'm like, yo, man, Jacksonville low-key got a shot. That's what it was like 3 weeks ago. I'm not even gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. But I don't see it, man. Ultimately, in the AFC, I see it as Jacksonville wins first round. Kansas City makes it out the first round. Pittsburgh beats Jacksonville. New England beats Kansas City. It's, the stereotypical, or whatever you want to call it, Jackson or New England Pittsburgh matchup in the AFC Championship. New England wins. They make the Super Bowl. That's what I ultimately see. That's how I see the AFC Championship or AFC playoffs playing out. And this is the thing, right? Because it seems every year with the AFC, like, you always expect, like, you always say, yo, man, something crazy might happen. It might be a different year this year, because you get like one new team almost, in the AFC playoffs every year, right? And you're like, hey, man, they actually might do something. A year or two ago, it was Kansas City. It was like, yo, Kansas City, they might actually make the Super Bowl, but it's no. Like, the AFC, with it being as predictable, or whatever you want to call it, as it is, like, I don't see that really this year. Jacksonville, it's like it's a dope story and everything, and I want Fournette to be a beast. Like I support my LSU niggas, for life. Like I didn't want Fournette to get drafted by Jacksonville and whatnot. I saw it coming, but I was like, you know what? If Fournette can come in to Jacksonville and be a straight beast, I'm cool with it. Cause if y'all don't know, I'm LSU until I die, like all day. But so it's like as long as these LSU niggas, if they can succeed in their team, I don't care who they play for. As long as you don't get drafted to the Browns, then it's over with. You know what I mean? 2-3 years from now, I think Jacksonville, if they can keep at this pace and go on draft an actual QB, because listen, I don't care what Bortles did against Seattle and what he did against who did they play? The Cardinals? No, he had like a back-to-back string like of really good games, right? But I don't care what y'all gotta say. Listen, Bortles is not a good QB. The nigga is shit. Like let's not let 2 weeks just completely change niggas' opinions. Like 4 or 5 weeks ago, man, people was wondering why Bortles still had a job, especially in Jacksonville. Jacksonville fans were like, yo, why is this nigga playing, bro? And he got 2 good weeks or whatever, and now people is like, yo, man, he's starting to become what he needed to be. No, he's still not good. He's not good. Like, let's be real. And so I really hate this challenge, but and so let's just like come on, bro. Like Bortles is not good. He's not good. He's not. Again, one final run through. I'm not gonna do no point spreads, none of that shit. I'm not gonna say this gonna be the score for this game. None of that. I'll just give like general scores or whatever. I say Jacksonville beats Buffalo by 10. Kansas City beats Tennessee by 2 scores. And then Jacksonville loses to Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh beats Jacksonville by between 6 and 12 points. That's very specific. I know. I'm going to leave it at that. New England beats Kansas City by 9. Ooh. I'm actually going to say New England beats Kansas City by 4 to 9 points. Somewhere between there. New England beats Pittsburgh in the AFC Championship by 6 or more. I'm going to just leave it at that. Oh, shit. I'm dropping shit. And there you go. I think, New England yet again is going to take the AFC. Don't, like, this probably wasn't the best shit where I'm not being biased or nothing. I'm just saying, I'm calling it how I see it. This is just a coincidence. It's been Oreo Gaming. These are my NFL 2018 AFC playoff predictions. Like, comment, share. Oh shit. Like, comment, share, subscribe. New videos all week, every week. I have a Fortnite video uploaded today already. Funny shit, trust me. Like, I actually hopped online. It was a couple little kids. Y'all know how that go. I actually got one on the rage, so it's all good. Link to that video in the description. We out.